sure that we have those.
Mayor, I'll forward those out to all the staff members so that they have those.
But let's just walk through them
Right, I
quickly,
can-
just to make sure we all heard the same thing. Tim Halbeck was talking about the Ferguson County Trail Ad, and when you go on that little switchback, there used to be some display boards under plastic. So I think he's referring to the condition of those. So
The posts are there.
the postal.
There's
So we need to
nothing.
either get rid of them totally, clean them up, have reestablished or something. So we need to take a look at that. Right. I thought it was really interesting looking at that retaining wall on 90 South and 36 East. So.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. Right, name.
Tail.
Oh, no.
That's a keeper.
My husband.
Oh.
Sorry, I just
Sorry.
read that.
Would you like to have the generic version?
No, this is priceless.
Okay. Sorry about that.
That was probably an autocorrect on that.
So with respect to that, those slides and those pictures with the rocks on the sidewalk and the question of the property line. So Bryce, help me understand how we should, obviously code enforcement.
Actually, I'm going to defer that to Matt because he's already been working with them on that thing.
We've gone through this with,
I always come like here like we've never heard of it before. Have you heard about it?
No.
this is, well, it's something that we've answered, if I recall, it was about a year ago. The wall is holding up the fence, their property. My understanding is, and what we've looked at, they're responsible for the maintenance of that retaining wall. It's like so we've answered that before.
Formally, in writing? We just had a meeting and chatted about it.
I think we've had a meeting and chatted with it more than anything, yeah.
My
And so
request
this
would
was a
be-
while back.
Yeah,
Like I
my
said, it was
request-
quite a while ago.
Well, too, the code enforcement has to
Well-
have piece, because those rocks on the sidewalk.
Well, but I need to have clear delineation who's responsible for it. If it's that PUD, we'll be happy to do that. I just need to make sure we're on solid ground. If it's the city, then we're responsible for it, but it sounds like we're not. So once I get
Well,
direction,
let me
You as the
go through
staff
it and
will look at
verify.
that and
Yeah, let me know.
With Rick,
Gotta pull the
who
old file.
Yeah,
was the treasurer, yeah.
yeah, if we can get that.
yeah, let me know. I'll be happy to.
Sure.
If, do we have like, so we have a file where so now that we're collecting all these things and following up, we have this master spreadsheet that shows we answered this on this date.
Well,
And I think that's what we want to work towards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't have a response as far as when people do it, but yes, I have it and who was assigned to it, and so, and keep that running from when we first started it. And I'll share it with all of you too, how's that?
Well, and two, in our agenda planning, if there's a time when we need to either be updated with the status, either by an email, we'll let Tim decide how he wants to communicate that with us. But that was interesting, because it looked to me like code enforcement issues, property issues, other things, yeah. Okay, Nancy brought up some questions about lowering the podium, putting speakers in the overflow.
I spoke to her afterwards. I explained to her that that technology exists, that we just need to train the folks here on the Night of Planning Commission of how to use
That's on
it.
speakers, look back in.
You can put it on the TV too. Just need to train you how to do it.
Yep.
If we're gonna have a crowd, yeah.
Yeah. And she was satisfied with that.
Yeah. Thank you, Nancy.
Should we raise our seats when we're sitting up? Is it just me?
Maybe we need to raise our seats.
When we first had that podium, it was about 12 inches lower than what it is now, and we just had to keep jacking it up to try to get it to where
You could see.
it was visible above the
Because the
dais.
problem is we couldn't see it.
Right, right.
But we always look at this.
Put the audience on both.
There you go. Know where you get some?
That'll sound real cheap.
All right. Okay.
Did Nancy have one other question?
Yes. Well, enforcement of our codes and regulations to develop through planning. And then developer rights, developers coming in well into the process when maybe we should be communicating with them sooner. You maybe interpret that question differently. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I wrote, at what point, correct me if I'm wrong, Nancy, at what point do elected officials and city leadership represent residents in development projects and land use matter? If you have time to sit down, I'd love to. The answer is it depends on what kind of project we're talking about. If it's a long-range project that's laying framework like the Wasatch Boulevard Master Plan, then now is the time. This is the plan that's going to guide future policy, future decision-making, future budget allocation in that area. If it's a land that's entitled, it's got zoning, it's got development rights, then our role is a little different because it becomes administrative rather than legislative. So,
but you could argue that all of the code under which those things are developed was established by those people who were looking out for the citizens' rights.
It's the entire process and the balancing act that the council has to and the city has to pursue is watching out for the rights of existing residents, but also watching out for the rights of the landowners that have rights, the constitutional right to make productive use of their land. And it's a balancing act constantly, but the process that is laid out in LUDMA and in city ordinances, by following that process, that is how the elected officers and the appointed bodies protect everyone's rights in that process.
And Nancy, I hope acknowledge that I met with her about 2 or 3 weeks ago on the same subject, and we reviewed it
Okay.
a few weeks ago. So
I'm sure we'll have more conversations. Ken Garner on sustainability. I chatted with him after and explained to him that we were talking the work session with meeting with some other cities, and just to look at feasibility and consider partnering with other cities on sustainability management. Or some program or some manager or something. We just need to talk among the cities.
This first one suggested a committee might do that, but I don't know that one.
How is that?
He also suggested a committee possibly.
Well, I thought what we said, the last thing we said to Mary Daly is that we would reach out and, oh, he said he, committee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Which was actually directed by Ann
Like
Morgan.
Park Trails and others, yeah.
I decided that.
Yeah. But I think if we get together and have a steering committee to guide us as far as first to find out if there's interest from other cities to collaborate, or if they take off our own, or if we talk with Tim later and see who we want to reach out to those cities first and see where they are. And Kevin King and Liz King were about the blinking light.
Oh, were they here?
So yes, and that.
Seems like that should be able to be self-discovered.
I don't know what blinking light, I'd have to go look, whether it's a construction light or if it's a, no, it's up on the corner.
Yeah,
It's at the high T, it would have to be,
we indicated
As
it
you're
was further south.
northbound,
Northbound.
as you're coming up to the high T, as you're coming around, that it was indicated
Prior
as
to
a
the
traffic
intersection,
signal.
yeah. It's probably a
I'll
warning
look at it
flashing
and see
light.
what it is, and, but if it's a warning signal, you can't cover it. And read.
Cover the side
You
of it.
can't shade it?
You can put the,
The blinders on
yeah,
it?
they do, I've seen them for the.
We can certainly look, yeah, with a,
Yeah,
Is that-
Directional.
is that still-
Yeah.
we'll take a look.
yeah. Then Eric was about the Wasatch Boulevard Master Plan and his position.
I'll look at that as I
Was his concern that it was,
Well, I
that
thought
he
we
wanted
kind of talked
something
about
more
that. Well, he
illuminating,
wanted,
prefer a route?
he wanted
The
to
extra-
This is the route?
yeah.
take out the extra other.
My understanding is.
What you talked to earlier.
Yeah, we show the other scenarios, but they're not options. They're just what we tested to get to the preferred scenario.
Right, but I think when you move that preferred scenario up front, I think it mitigates a lot of those concerns. It does for me.
Yeah.
If you want the background, you can read on.
And the other comment was that the plan is too long. Again, that's the meat that justifies the final recommendation, so it's kind of requisite.
Then he encourages us to look at the Walsh property as potentially open space.
We'll just
talked about-
we'll just stick that with the other $100 million worth of stuff that Christine's gonna do in the next.
Well, again, we have an open space master plan coming, so, you know, we have the open space master plan that the committee will be looking at, and some other priorities, and little things like that will be thrown in there, and we looked at it, and if we have priorities in that direction, as they compete with other open spaces. we can- Okay, that's what I have. Okay, anything else? It's all quarter after. Do you have a motion to adjourn? Move to adjourn, have a second? Move to second, all in favor? We're adjourned.
We're done?
We're done.
Don't get arrested going to your house.
Call my wife, tell her to get him out of the house.
Well, I had it shut down.
It's got 3 hours, so I know. He's probably just hitting that. Just an awkward situation.
He wasn't going to second it. Okay.
Hey, so.
Neighborhood sources.
Oh, your first day is next Tuesday.
Explore other
Monday.
it's kind of
Tax
going.
day.
We are closed both days, right?
Probably circle back around and
Well, for those
Come back,
that
see how it's
No,
going.
this is right. This is,
Good, because that's the sound of the sign.
We were Pisgah Valley.
yeah.
My uncle was like a grand poobah.
Just went in.